Hey guys, welcome back. We're messing around out here in the shop today, working on a 2017 F150, putting full system in. Gonna go through and show y'all how to pull these door panels off and kind of go over that so you can know how to do it yourself if you are looking, to change your door speakers and everything. I'm putting a set of JBL door speakers all the way around, and I flush mounted a set of Scar tweeters in the top of the door panel there. But yeah, this is King Ranch 2017 F150, and here we go. So the first thing, basically, what you're going to do is you might want to clean out the door panel. If you got a bunch of stuff in the door panel and everything, that would definitely be the number one thing, because you're not going to take and pull this door panel 100% completely off. But what you are going to do is, when you pull this door panel off, I would suggest to get something that you can stand the door panel up, just so it don't hang on the actual the cable that opens the door itself. On these pieces here, you just grab it and snatch it off right there. And the next step would be we have this piece here. You don't want to pry out on the back, because it actually has a piece that is stuck in the rear here. So you would want to go to the front, and there's a little place that you can actually get your small screwdriver in. And then some of these you got to be a little aggressive with, some you don't. Just depends if it's ever been pulled out before. Oh, this one has been a little turd. I gotta go get me something a little bit fatter real quick. I actually got some of these equalizer things a long time ago. These things come in pretty handy if you can't, for some odd reason, get the small screwdriver to work like you want it to. Get it pried back out a little bit, just so you can get the little bit of the fat head right there, and pops right off. Like I say, you don't want to pry from the back side. Sorry guys. You don't want to pry from the back side, because you have this piece here, and you can actually break this, and this is what somewhat holds it into place. Then you also have another one right below your handle here. You have another one that's right there below it, and like I say, it has little bitty pieces on the bottom. These are on the bottom, and it's best to just pry it out from the top, and then it'll pop right out. Then you have 4 8mm up here, and then you have 7 millimeters. 7 millimeters, 4 of them up here around the handle itself, and then you have 2 in the bottom of the door panel that you want to get. So you don't want to go to just snatching the door panel off, because you could definitely break the bottom pieces. Get these off. Get them took off. Pull apart. And you don't have to be super aggressive with it, but you kind of do got to pull on it, a pretty good bit to get it popped off of the piece there. And you got clips in there that clip the actual door panel into this piece. Then you'll take and just lift up on it. Whenever you lift up on it right there, you have a couple more pieces that you got to unplug for the electrical side. And basically while you're sitting there holding that, you will take and just pry that up right there. I've got a stand that I just prop up right there below the door, and I just sit it down right there, and then you can get to everything that you need to get to in here, so you're able to get right to changing the speakers and everything else. And then basically, like I say, what you'll have is it'll just be sitting up, the door panel will be sitting up there, but it's not so tight that it actually has this piece here, you know. So we're gonna get to changing these door speakers out, and that's pretty much what we're gonna do here. We got to trim a little piece off the factory piece that goes into the door to stick the speaker in there, and we'll be doing that right now. So try to get y'all set up right here so you can somewhat see it. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Well, there we go. Alright, so, and I actually got these I got these factory clips that go back into it, so we don't have to take and strip no factory wires. So if they ever want to change back to the, take these speakers out and put some factory speakers in there, we can do that, but most people don't waste their time doing that, and they'll just buy the new speakers. And we got them clips on like this right here. Got this plug on. I'll grab some screws. Got my screws here. I'm going to plug this in. Get this speaker sitting in there. Get my screws started in there and get them screwed in. Some of these newer vehicles, they can be a mess to get these door panels off, especially if you don't know what's going on. It just really depends on, a lot of times, if you're familiar, can't even talk, familiar with doing this kind of work, you'll learn right quick like that you can mess up a door panel easily by not knowing, you know, where to pull at or what to pull on. Make sure we get this installation dust shield and everything put back in there in place. Always push firm on that to make sure that it don't fold in to the door. make sure that it doesn't fold in. Woo, it's hot. I'm talking about hot. It's like 100 and something out here in the shop. Not much of a breeze, but it's a little bit of a breeze. Not too bad. Got this all hooked up in here. Got to trim this factory plug because I'm adding the tweeters to this circuit, and it actually has two extra wires on this plug for that reason. So I normally take and normally take and twist these wires up. I take a drill and I put the drill in the wires and twist them up. You can see how they're kind of dangly right here. Man, I can't get y'all set up right. Well, whoop. Thing's gonna keep on wanting to fall, I guess. There we go. And then it'd be perfectly twisted up. Have to use the drill. You just put the wires in the drill and then they'll, like I said, I just twist them up. Just makes for a neater job, basically. Well, every time I pull this thing down and all right, there we go. Good deal. Get these stripped back. Put these on a new piece here. Got to put my tweeter capacitors on. They do have an in and an out for those. So get them, put it right there. Get this wire down. These all twisted up, get capped off. Get these zip tied up because I like to make sure that it's all neat and the wires ain't hanging. It's one thing I hate about if I have to go behind someone that's done some wiring and they ain't done a good job 100%. or at least a decent job. Just tying the wires up makes a world of difference. Just makes for a much cleaner job. And then if you ever got to go back to troubleshooting or anything like that, you know, kind of know where everything's at. It ain't jumping around doing this and doing that. Woo, burning up out here. Sweating. South Georgia weather. No joke. Go from raining to heat, hot, blazing. But basically, I tied my wires all up right here. If I can get y'all. And it goes all the way around right here. It's all zip tied up with this other harness, and goes all the way up to the tweeter. So I'm gonna get that if I can get y'all set up again. I'm gonna get this door panel. We got this thing put back together. We got the door panel and everything put back on, and it looks really good. Got the door panel on. Like I say, most of the time it really depends on you know, if you know how to do this or you want to do this. Like I say, if y'all like this kind of stuff, you know, I've been doing car stereo stuff for probably since I was, I don't know, probably, I started working at a car stereo shop whenever I was about 13 years old, Cartoons, and it was one of my best friend's uncle's stereo shop, and I learned a lot working there, and then I moved up to Atlanta and worked at another stereo shop up there for a little short period of time before I came back home. And so I've been doing this stuff for a pretty good while. I've been doing it, like, you know, having my own business there for a while, and before I, you know, brought the shop here to my home. But I had been in business for right around 13 years, and sometimes I get, you know, I get burnt out a little bit on the wiring, just because you do so much of it, it kind of starts running into itself, if that makes sense. The wire colors start becoming one color. Even with, you know, doing the race car stuff and everything else, wiring a race car, it will mentally drain you. But a lot of times, you know, you take a break away from this stuff, and then you come back and you know, you do it again, and you kind of, I guess, find a love for it again, basically. But if you do it daily, you know, it's that's basically with anything, you'll get burnt out. But, you know, thank you guys for watching, and like I say, I'll try to bring some more of this stuff, you know, into this, and do a little bit here and there. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank y'all.